Okay, guys, what do you want to give me?
Cross shuriken.
Consumable. I'm not going to put it on.
You. What do you mean? You eat it? Do you eat the cross shuriken?
Yes, you eat the cross shuriken. It restores 1,000 HP. It's the best item in the game.
Why does eating a shuriken give you HP?
You're a
that
vampire.
doesn't seem very healthy.
Brian, have you ever thrown a shuriken? Do you go and get the shuriken back after you're done? No.
No, but it doesn't mean that I eat it and it restores my health either.
So when it's a cross, does that mean that it's like a holy cross?
What about a Mormagil? What about a Mormagil?
You know what? It's a black sword. It's strong versus holy. Whatever. I don't care.
Okay.
Next item. What do you want?
Firebrand or Icebrand? Which one, Bryant?
I'm going to say Icebrand because we were talking about its sexual uses earlier. Maybe this will finally let him. Maybe you'll finally be able to fuck one of those ice women that like ghost around. Those not the ice women, the ghost women.
All right.
Ballroom mask. Ballroom mask.
All right, ballroom mask. Do it. Do it. That's
Ballroom
fancy as heck. Oh, it's a mask used as a ball. He's just walking around with that fucking thing on. Speaking of walking, use the walk armor because it's good.
Blood.
I'm game.
I really like this secret boots. They're secret boots.
You know, I'm fine with the secret boots. If you want to... Again, they raise your height by 1 pixel.
What about what's the Ankh of Life?
Improve heal item power, which kind of blows. But, you know, I'm not going to argue with you guys. Just give me the Moonstone, the Ankh of Life, the Bloodstone, and the Mystic Pendant. I don't really care.
Aquamarine.
No, fuck you.
About Ankh of Life, let's do it.
If anything that has soluble on it, I'm not putting it on.
What does
Soluble? That means it can be turned into salt.
Alright, there we go.
Like Lot's wife.
Is that true?
No, it means you can sell it. Saleable.
Is that how you actually spell the word saleable?
I think it is, although I feel like they should be wrong because one, that's stupid, and two, this is a game that was poorly translated from Japanese, where an epic line of dialogue is, a switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Yeah, you guys missed it, but the fairy... Oh, hey, speaking of which, if you guys had to choose between a sword and a demon, what would you choose?
A sword and a demon. I mean, I would choose a demon.
Alright, cool. I really don't like the fairy familiar. You guys missed it, but when I went... So, a thing that I did a little bit earlier in the game, when we were talking about something, I don't remember, there's a really dark room that you have to go through in order to access the back half of the game. And when I walked in there, the fairy was like, remember, some animals can find ways to see in the dark. Like the most blunt hint that you can get. One of the items that I acquired a while ago was the Echo of Bat, which allowed me to actually map out the room.
Okay, one, how'd that guy fly through the ceiling? What's the canon behind that?
Flea riders were reproduced by budding, much like sponges.
Oh, I see.
So it actually makes them into ghosts too.
So you had the Echo of Bat. Does that mean, wait, what animal can see in the dark? Like a wolf or mist?
I don't know, Paul. How many? I think there was a third option. I don't remember. But it might have been a sea sponge that allowed Alucard to bud by reproduced by budding. You know, I don't know. I don't know what animal can see in the dark. Do you?
Oh, look at its little. That's a pretty cool sea sponge. I like its little tiny sword. Did you see it had a tiny sword and sheath?
Yeah, actually, of all the animals you can turn into in this game, like, the wolf has that too.
Yeah. I know, but like, where's it on the mist, huh? Maybe that's pretty. I never noticed it on the bat. I saw it on the wolf. If you duck under their thrusts, you can destroy those skeletons.
Okay, I do have to temporarily cheat.
You're ruining the rules. Oh, you're doing the. I'm gonna walk on. Oh, mist could pass.
Yeah, this area is specifically designed to be accessed with the spike breaker armor.
What about you going above the ceiling?
No, I'm not going to take care of the ceiling. I'm just when I walk back, I just won't jump.
So, did you
Oh
find
my God.
Victor?
What will they say?
Lore.
I don't know if he's the one you're looking for, but I found a Belmont.
Really? So he is here.
But the one I saw was the enemy. He was the lord of this castle.
That can't be true. You're wrong. I must go now.
Oh, bye.
See ya. I mean, have a nice day.
I didn't know she was so good against spikes.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh,
think
you cleared the
that
path.
Maria is really good at getting places where, for reasons.
I feel like seeing as the castle is a creature chaos.
Well, I mean, of course.
Hey, real talk, guys. We have to talk about something real. We have to talk about something really important to everybody.
The
What is the
pronunciation
hottest-
of Banal versus Banal versus Banal.
Banal and banal. Banal.
What about
Look, no,
banana
that's not
nut?
what it is. No, it's not about anal or banal. It's about what is the best waifu? Who is best girl in this game? Brian, apparently you like the ice sprites.
I do like the ice sprites. I also like the Grand Falloon. I would waifu the shit out of a Grand Falloon.
Brian, this is a very serious discussion. What is that? Goggles?
Yeah, I didn't get that earlier, but let Bryant talk about why he wants to why he wants to waifu the Grand Falloon man.
Well, it has so many people in it, that like surely some of them will be like you'll find delight in them. It's like having like 1,000 wives, and also like 1,000 husbands, also all of which are corpses. So like as someone who likes a little variety in his life, and who has a more than passing interest, I would say, in necrophilia, then I find the Grand Falloon. I think we could really work something out together.
I would
So not
also
the
like
ice
to
spread,
point
then.
out that the Grand Falloon is Konami's first gay boss, or Castlevania's first gay boss.
How's that?
It's got all those dudes and chicks in it rubbing up all over each other.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Is
It
this
is
like
the
a
first-
debate on Game Facts or something? What's the gayest boss? And everyone's like, oh, it's Grand Falloon.
No, I made it up and put it in Super Game Facts like a long time ago.
It's one of his
Oh,
best
cool.
Super Game Facts jokes, I would say.
Yeah, probably up there with that. That probably was the best actually. All the rest were kind of mediocre.
You did great work with those. It's still makes me angry that we could never make those the international success that we hoped they would be. When we put this episode up, we should put a link to your Game Facts, Super Game Facts in there, so that we could have like 2 clicks on it.
Well, that's the dream, right? That way we can get like 0.004 cents as opposed to point. What was
That's
the other
actually
option?
really estimating the earnings, Dane.
Well, my favorite girl is Hunting Girl because she's kind of a cool tomboy who doesn't care.
Have we seen Hunting Girl?
Yeah, she's the invisible one?
I just killed one.
Is she the one with that sword that's...
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of when I said I wanted to have sex with the ghost.
You weren't thinking of like the ice ghosts who are like underground?
I don't think so. 'Cause I don't know what that is, but the ones that like they swing that like really long rapier around and like are always like falling backwards.
What about you? What about you, Dane? Who's best girl? Bloody zombie.
Bloody zombie, obviously. I love the way it gushes blood when I penetrate it.
That reminds me of all my girlfriends.
It reminds me of me when I'm penetrated.
Nah, I think like Hunting Girl is probably like gonna sweep this category.
This is really disappointing.
I mean, thinking about it, like, who else even is there? I mean, okay. No, actually, I'm gonna go with the Salem Witch.
Yeah, Salem Witch is cute. Then there's that,
I mean, there's the
Detective
Succubus, there's Maria.
Maria doesn't count, she's not a monster.
The Frozen
What about
Half,
that
which is another, like... What?
What about that thing that was half,
Oh, that's right.
probably Mediterranean woman, half, like... Yeah, Depidevitus.
You know, her syphilitic bloom has gotten so profound that it's actually become sentient and started moving around.
What about Alraune?
Like, all of the designs in this game are so sexual.
It's all anime, so of course. Okay, so
I
we
mean,
got
you can't have a dignified anime girl. You know, one who's like got her breast covered up and isn't clearly begging for you to like sexually assault her.
Also, I gotta cheat again. Remember that I'm wearing Ankh of Life and gold and boots.
Okay. It's a giant clock spinning backwards. Somewhat.
How extremely eerie.
Dun, dun,
It's pointing straight to hell.
Don't listen to it, Dane. Go away from it. Leave the clock behind. No!
Dang, you're lost. What a nice Porygon Lahedron.
It's called Nisocahedron.
What a nice Porygon. What a nice porridge.
The other thing I do want to point out is, like, I feel like I do want to clarify some of our comments about super fights.
What?
Super Fights, the greatest movie ever made in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Oh, right, the one where he learned Kung Fu, then he went to the ATM and there was an Asian girl getting mugged and he saved her with his Kung Fu. And then he asked her out and she said yes, and then he ran up to the capital of Harrisburg and said, yes! Like
On your
that.
card?
That was the best anime I've ever seen.
Maria?
Oh, what's happening?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You were right. He has.
Oh, she's just chilling out in here too, why not?
So it was a
Don't mind the giant eerie eyeballs that
But
are in
someone
this
must be
room. The
controlling
giant
him.
freaky hand
Whatever we
clasping
do,
the orb.
We can't harm Richter.
I'm just
But he
hanging out in
must
this
be
weird
stopped.
dark corridor.
I
You know,
know.
it's
Just
like,
seemed
what the
like a
fuck?
nice place to chill,
Well,
drink some tea,
here,
get some light reading
Take
done.
these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these.
Oh, hey guys,
you
I
can
want
see
to
beyond
talk to you.
evil illusions.
So, you know,
Thank you.
I'm a person that can read a
It's
certain
best that if you
quantity of
pray
the
for the
Chinese,
soul of
and I
your
was reading a
friend.
Chinese children's book the other day, and Kung Fu is a real thing they say in Chinese. They say Gong Fu, but that's like a real thing. I read a book about the Monkey King. No, I read a book about these two snake demons that become, it's apparently a Chinese folktale adapted to a children's book, but these two snake demons who become women because they want to go painting, but then one of them marries a guy, and this priest is like, oh my god, you've married a snake, and then they proceed to have a kung fu fight, and the whole story is about them having kung fu fighting by throwing floods and pagodas at each other. And I just want everyone to know that it's not culturally insensitive to talk about kung fu as being a ridiculous magical thing that lets you defeat all sorts of people for no reason, because that's how the Chinese themselves conceive of the kung fu. It's sort of like, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what I was going to say about things. That's wrong. It's immoral.
Cool. Well, anyway,
Cool.
super fights. He's not about, like, the Japanese teaming up with people against the Japanese, or whatever the theory was that Paul put forth in a couple of episodes ago. It's actually about, like, the Japanese and the Chinese teaming up with a white guy to destroy crime. I just want to make sure we get the plot straight.
Okay.
It's like
I mean,
if the
I slept through most of that
WWE
movie.
had a bunch of evil, like, super bad people in charge of it who went out and robbed banks in their off time. Imagine if Triple H went to a bank and stole all the money. That's what Super Fights is.
Wasn't there a minute where we thought they were our current president was going to make Linda McMahon some sort of high government official?
I think he did, and I think she got confirmed.
I'm looking into this. This can't be real.
What about Stone Rose? She seems like really, distant because she's made of stone, but she's also a rose.
Dane, you're correct. She is currently the administrator of this. She's currently in charge of the Small Business Administration. Linda McMahon, the leader of the World Wrestling Federation, is currently running the American Small Business Federation.
Well, it's better than Vince McMahon. I feel like he's evil in everything that happens.
I mean, that's true. But I feel like no one involved in professional wrestling should probably be allowed anywhere near government. Now, maybe that's classist of me. Maybe it's true that I did always look down upon my classmates in rural Pennsylvania who loved wrestling to an utterly shocking degree and believed entirely in its validity and truthfulness. And that's classist. That's me looking down upon the peasantry. But I was right and they were wrong. Wrestling is kind of dumb.
And look where it got you, Bryant. Look where it got Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon is the head of small businesses. I don't remember what the title's called, sorry.
A small bid misser.
The head of the Small Business Administration. And what am I? I'm a man watching another man play Castlevania and talking about Linda McMahon. So yeah, she's won. She's won entirely, and I've lost, which just goes to show you that being right counts for nothing in the world.
If Donald Trump proved anything, Brian, if you haven't digested that by now, you never will. Being right counts for nothing.
It's really
Hold on,
true.
guys. Trump makes a lot of sense when he talks about Muslims.
You son of a bitch.
The correct pronunciation,
are
Paul,
good
is
people.
Muslim.
Or Mohammedan. Or Islamo-fascist is another socially accepted term.
Fire of bat. Thank God we got that.
Shoot some
Hey,
fire
do
out
you
of
have
the
the bat
bat.
failure yet?
Yeah, it turns out I do. I just forgot about it.
Well,
Well,
haven't
it's
you been
time to
batting
choose
like
your
the whole
familiar.
time? Oh no, that's different. You killed the Skull Lord.
It's also probably time for me to choose new gear set, but
Oh, it is probably. It is time.
Yeah, I'm watching the timer below, like, the recording. And it seems
Listen,
like we were overdue.
Don't put Bryant in charge of the time. That was foolish. You have no one but yourselves to blame, because he doesn't pay a lot of attention. If you'd seen how much ginger beer I've drank, which is,
Wrong.
The equivalent of one actual beer, you would realize that I'm too drunk to run the clock.
So why are we mapping every square? I bet this is riveting for the folks at home.
Of course it is. That's why I
What
do
is
it,
it? What does
Paul.
it do? What is that?
What was that? Go back to that. Is that Darth Vader?
Oh yeah, I should probably change my gear. Anyway, we'll find out what I wear next time.
Dun 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 dun.